All right. I think everyone understands that we're using CDs for wheels. All right. One of our challenges is we have a front axle and we need to fasten this guy on here. And the hole is too big for the 1/4-inch dowel rod, so we have to think of a way to fasten, whether it's the wooden axle or it's the all thread. An all thread is just a big long piece of rolled steel where it's threaded the whole way, and you can just cut it any length that you want. So the all thread, we have to thread on there as well. We have to figure out how to fasten it. One way that I came up with how to solve that problem is just to fasten a little wooden block to our CD. So, that's what we're going to do. I call these guys hubcaps. You can call them whatever you want. They are square and they have a 1/4-inch hole drilled in the center of them, which works great with our 1/4-inch dowel rods and also our 1/4-inch all thread. Okay, so that works out fantastic. So this is our hubcap stock, and as you can see, there's 4 of them taped together. Let's just do all 4 at one time. So what I like to do is, however wide it is how long is the piece that I'm going to cut. So I'm going to measure how wide it is. And if it is 1.5 inches wide, I guess I'm going to make it 1.5 inches long. I'm going to take our tri-square, I'm going to square it over. I want to drill a hole in the center. Easiest way, in my opinion, to accurately find the center is just connect the corners. It should be really, really close to exactly in the middle. If it's off a little tiny bit, don't sweat it. In this case, doesn't matter a whole lot. What I'm going to do is I'll take an awl and I'm going to go drill the holes. I'm going to take a quick piece of tape and tape this guy up. Just go around it once. I can still see my awl marker work, and I just, that piece right there, that piece of tape's close enough. Okay, I'm coming over here to the drill press, and I'm going to drill a 1/4-inch hole in the center of all of my hubcaps. This backing board has been used in the past, so if I were to use this backing board, I would make sure that where that drill bit hits the backing board, there's no other holes there. Sometimes the drill bit has occasionally will hit somewhere, and you'll hit part of another hole, and then your work piece will move and it will elongate or egg shape your hole. So find a nice spot on the backing board so you're not hitting the same spot, so your hole stays nice and true at 90 degrees. Make sure there's no dust underneath it, and make sure it's sitting flat. Okay, you don't want to stick your fingers underneath it, because then you're not going to get a 90-degree hole which you're fastening your axles to, so that could be a bit of a problem. I'm just going to trade this guy out. I'll put a fresh one in there now. And basically, you're drilling through, it looks like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches of material. So I'm going to take 3 to 4 passes. You want to let the chips come out. And you probably remember that from 8th grade, that these grooves or flutes on a drill bit are made to get the chips out, and you need to aid that in taking multiple passes. You will feel the drill bit pop through your wood. You'll feel it when it hits the backing board. On-off switches here, feed handles here. Before I go drilling, I always like to check the bit first. So I need 1/4-inch holes. I'm just going to go on my drill index, and I'm just going to make sure that this drill bit is 1/4 inch. There's 15/64. There's 1/4, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. There's my 1/4-inch hole, so I know it's a 1/4-inch bit. I know the axle holes are 19/64. So it is possible that someone 17, 9/32, 19/64 axle hole. It's possible that this 19/64 bit could be in here, and then you would have to change them out. Taking the chuck key, using this part, lining up your teeth in the chuck, and then obviously lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, you could take this bit out and re-chuck up another bit. I'm just going to put our 1/4-inch bit right back in here. Just like to check it, make sure it's spinning true. I'm holding my guy nice and flat. I can do this by myself. I'm going to take multiple passes, a couple chips come out. I took 4 passes. If I were to come up here next, I would blow the dust off, and before I drilled my hole, I would make sure that I'm not hitting the backing board where that hole's at, okay? So just move it a little tiny bit and then drill your holes. At this point, I'm ready to go over to the power miter box. Basically, I'm back in the power miter box, same as before. I'm just gonna double check, make sure I'm on my line. I'm looking good. Secure the workpiece against the fence. I'll say it 100,000 times. Secure the workpiece against the fence. Don't put your hands in the way of the blade. Quite honestly, if you're secure over here and your hand's up here in the handle, like this guy goes back with the rest of the stock, and then boom. There they are. Let's go glue them up.